You've probably been told your whole life that your brown eyes are, well, common. But here's the secret most people don't know: brown isn't just one color, it is actually a massive genetic spectrum. And depending on your specific shade of brown, you might belong to the rarest 5% of the human population. Today, we're ranking every single shade of brown eyes, from deep, dark chocolate all the way to glowing liquid gold, to reveal exactly how rare your eyes really are. So stick around until the end, because you might just find out that your boring brown eyes are actually anything but common. Let's kick off the ranking at the base of our rarity scale. Number 1, dark brown, black brown eyes. Have you ever looked at someone and felt that their eyes almost look like an endless dark canvas? Well, this is that shade. Often mistaken for pure black, this intense dark cocoa shade is an absolute global majority. Yes, an estimated 45 to 50% of the entire human population carries this exact color. You'll find the shade almost everywhere, across Asia, throughout Africa, and large parts of South America. Now, while dark brown might sit at the bottom of the rarity scale, genetically it's the original blueprint of the human race. Yes, before mutations for blue, green, or hazel even existed, every single human being on Earth had this exact eye color. So, yeah, you might not be the rarest shade on the list, but historically, you are carrying the purest DNA on the planet. Now listen closely, because from here, every single tier gets rarer and the genetics start getting genuinely surprising. Moving up the rarity scale, we land on number 2, medium chestnut brown eyes. Think of this next shade as the ultimate genetic bridge. It's the classic warm chocolate look, nestled between the darkest and lightest brown eyes on the spectrum. And right away, the rarity spikes. Yes, only about 20% of the human race holds this specific shade. You'll find these populations incredibly concentrated in southern Europe, throughout the Middle East, and across the Americas. Now, if you fall into this tier, your eyes are literally a map of human history. This specific color usually emerges when generations of dark pigmented DNA cross paths with lighter genetic mutations over thousands of years of human migration. So while chestnut brown is still relatively common, historically, your eyes carry an incredibly diverse blueprint. Alright, now we're crossing into rare territory. Enter 3, light brown russet eyes. We have officially hit single digits. Only an estimated 7 to 8% of the world has this specific shade. Visually, this is the exact point where brown stops looking like deep chocolate and starts looking like warm whiskey or toasted almond. And the reason this color is so uncommon is because it requires a specific genetic throttle that actively dials back your melanin production. Essentially, this was a direct adaptation when our ancient ancestors migrated away from the blazing equator and into colder, darker continents, where the dark pigment was no longer required. So if you carry this color today, you've officially stepped away from the global majority, becoming a rare living legacy of that ancient journey. But there's one more shade left, and this one, it's sitting at the very top of our rarity tier list. Number 4, honey brown or amber eyes. Okay, here's the biggest plot twist. The rarest tier of brown eyes aren't actually brown at all. Yeah, we're talking about eyes that literally look like solid glowing copper or warm yellow honey. Now, if you have this shade, you're looking at a genetic anomaly that belongs to roughly 5% of the human population. That's it. 1 in 20. And the reason it is so incredibly rare is purely ancestral. While the rest of the world's DNA was simply dialing back its standard brown pigment over thousands of years, your ancestors took a completely evolutionary detour. Your bloodline actually abandoned standard brown melanin entirely, replacing it with a completely separate, highly exclusive, golden red mutation. So if your eyes glow like a wolf's or look like actual liquid gold in the sunlight, congratulations, you're carrying one of the rarest mutations on the planet. And there you have it. Next time anyone tries to tell you that brown eyes are just basic, you now have the evolutionary history to prove them wrong. Go grab a mirror, observe closely, and tell us, which exact shade of brown do you actually have? Are you the elite dark brown, the historical chestnut, the rare light brown, or the 5% amber? Let us know in the comments below.